decide to record. Now it's going to hit go live.
All right. Live at my end.
It says live at your end?
Yes.
Fantastic. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Magical Mind and Soul, episode 3. We are so grateful and excited to have you all here with us, whether you're tuning in right now, whether you're watching this afterwards on our YouTube channel, or anytime at all. We're so excited to have you. My name is David. I'm here with my lovely wife, Miss Megan.
Hello.
And we are joined, of course, by the ever-gifted, our co-host, Mr. Richard.
Hi, guys. I'm doing remote. I'm up here in Pennsylvania. Thank you very much. We want to do a continuum of the show. So, you know, this is just a little taste of what we're going to do when we do remote. And we're going to be doing different events from different states throughout all United States. But we don't want to miss any of the live events. So we're going to, this is a little teaser for us that this is going to happen sometimes. Not being in the studio, guys.
Yeah, to kind of catch everyone. So first off, this episode, we are all so excited to talk to you about a couple different topics this episode, because each one of these, we each have had different direct experiences with all of this. We're going to talk about attracting your soul family, how that happens, what that means to you along your incredible divine path. We're going to talk about protecting your energy, which I can't wait to get into. I know Richard has some great stuff on that, and I've learned so much about not just protecting energy, but the importance of it from Megan. So I can't wait to hear her perspective on that, as well as empowerment by association. First off, to give a disclaimer though, like Richard was explaining, you know, we all are always going to do our best to be in the same place at the same time. But Maegical, you know, Megan and I were, a lot of times we'll be out doing stuff. Richard is always busy with as many people as he's always working with in different places, different parts of the world. And Richard is actually in, where are you right now, man?
I am in Pennsylvania.
Doing some paranormal activity work. Before we get into what we're talking about, could you kind of explain that?
Sure. You know, it goes and intertwines what we're talking about, soul family. And that was the original purpose of me coming over here to help and assist part of our soul family. One of our colleagues here, I just said her first name, Rachel. So it all started like that, you know, and it's amazing. Then you know, from there, it came to be something else also, that where the place she's at, what is actually, there is some psychic phenomenon. And I'll tell you is that I have great admiration for our colleague, that she's able to be here for 2 years. Wow, you know, so she's bringing light to this particular place, not only this place, but also to the city itself, you know, not to get too much into detail, but you see, it goes exactly with our topic, meeting our soul family. And then, you know, just by simply, this happened so quickly here, guys, that it's a month that there was an introduction, part of the soul family. We're going to go assist that soul family to do a transition physically. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
you know,
amazing.
So we can come back.
You're definitely having to protect your energy right now more than ever, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You know, even before that, great question, because we're going to get to that when we attend to protection of your energy. And me, I'm consistently and that high vibration, because there's always that joy within me. That's very key. Maintaining a joy and presence, and just being me, showing up, being that light. You see, that's part of it also. Being aware of being our authentic self wherever we are. Yes, sometimes it seems overwhelming, but this is how it happens. It's everything's orchestrated. You heard me say that, guys, and I'm here for a greater reason beyond even my reasoning, which is it's amazing. You see, introduction through you, collaboration, and then part of the bigger picture that we're here now. This is key, guys, that we're actually, everyone here in this planet, we're now uniting with our soul family, one way or the other, formally, informally, but just to be aware of it. It's really life-changing. You know, it goes to another level of what we're here to serve, whatever we're here to do, and also get to know each other, what we're contributing beyond someone that's 1,000 miles about 1,300 miles away. Distance and time does not exist, guys. If the soul family is orchestrated ideal timing, we will meet at the most ideal timing that serves everyone equally.
That's absolutely awesome. I actually just got it up here so I can check the comments now.
Yes.
If anyone out there wanted to make any comments, Kale's on board with us already. First
Hey,
one, saying how
Cal,
excited.
what's up?
What's
Okay.
ironic, and I can't wait for Megan to talk on this too, because the soul families. I guess we'll jump into that first.
Sure.
It's so cool. It's so cool what he said, that this seems to all be happening at the same time. If you're watching this, this may resonate with you, but there might be people coming into your life that may have not been in the first half that are becoming instrumental part of your life. And
Well, and the key to knowing that it's soul family,
Right.
it's like the moment that you meet these people, it's like you've known them your whole life, and it's just an immediate
Absolutely.
instant connection that you can't explain. I mean, I've had that happen a lot recently with males and females, and it's amazing.
yeah, it's so much deeper than just a random connection. It's
Yes.
unexplainable. It really is. And it's happening more and more. It's ironic. Rachel is the person you're over there with. We actually met Rachel through
Yes.
our group, and
Mhm.
Megan mentored her for a while now, and she's just been coming into her own.
It did not take her long to have transformation. Like,
Not
it
at
was
all.
very inspiring to watch.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, Megan, there, the key that you said, it was, you know, I use the term effortless. You know,
Yeah.
that meeting of the people, the person, it doesn't matter, male, female. Sometimes they come in couples like you guys. You see how we're collaborating back to our soul family, you know, and but the thing is that just being aware if a situation, a person comes into your life without you making any effort, it's just very subtle.
Yeah.
And then besides like mind, it kind of intertwines with even beyond the mind's belief system that, oh, we think alike. Well, that's okay and beautiful,
Yeah.
but it's something more profound than that. You understand? Yes.
I mean, for example, I met this girl, Ashley, and it was like,
Oh,
we were,
yeah, Ashley,
and I'm
that's right.
sorry, and she's the same way. I mean, I want to say I like everyone. David loves everyone. For me, though, you know, I feel energies immediately. So I'm not going to say that I like everyone.
No,
that would be a
definitely
lie.
not.
And
Speaking the truth.
I would say it's even pickier to find girls that you vibe with that are really cool and down to earth and fun. And so it was just, wow. I met this girl, Ashley, that I met through David. He was on her podcast.
Yes.
And it was like within the first 5 minutes, we were best friends. And we have been.
Yep.
And it's amazing. And it goes so deeper than what we can probably even comprehend and understand.
Absolutely. It's part what I've found, and we're all still discovering this too. Part of what we're talking about, everyone understand, we're going through this, learning it and discussing it. You know, it's not about being an expert on it. We're discussing this from our experiences and going through it. So we're learning about this as we're going along, but there seems to be this consistency about them either now or eventually being part of the divine obligation or
Your
divine
purpose.
purpose.
It's
of
like
life.
whenever I
Absolutely.
started waking up to what I like,
Yes.
why I was put on this earth,
Absolutely.
you know, and like really develop, like creating Maegical and like what
Yes.
is Maegical and like all of this stuff. And it's like then I started attracting people that
Yes.
are 100%
Yep.
in my
Yeah.
soul family, and we're all together going to be
Yes.
able to create something amazing and beautiful and fulfill our mission here. Like this
Absolutely.
is why we are
Yes.
here.
Yes, and you know what I've realized also here, everybody, that, you know, the crowd or the tribe or the family that I thought,
Tribe, I like
I
that.
have to say this, we're looking at now the other the other viewpoint, the other perspective of it, that it starts getting smaller. People start stepping away from us.
Yes.
That's the next
That's
part.
a process also.
100%.
See that perspective also. It starts stepping, because it is, I've learned this, it is sometimes a disservice for us to be in the presence of someone that makes the decision to not grow, progress in their daily lives,
Or not be
primarily within
open-minded.
their spirituality,
We're getting
because
into
that's
that.
the priority. They make priority another thing, which is okay. It's all right, you see, because that's the life choice, whatever lessons they have in soul contracts individually. We have to honor that. But you see, that's also allows us guys to also understand that that there's a transition of non-attachments.
Yeah.
We're learning this, and it comes very quick. Megan, you said this, and David, you mentioned this, guys. It comes very quick, very compressed, and we see physically those persons mentally, physically are growing, and then opportunities open up to them as it opens to us effortlessly, because we're combining energies. We're coming to how that oneness, wholeness of the collective humanity, you know. So it's very exciting, and we get excited with people, and then all of a sudden, oh, they're gone, and there's somebody comes not to replace, but to comes to be in a place that is most adequate, that they're prepared to receive, to give, and to heal the heart.
And you know, I do believe that you can have one or two people in your physical immediate family that can be a part of your soul family. I mean, my mother, I believe 100%, and my cousin Cal. Like, shout out to Cal Romero.
Yep, he's on here.
He's watching. He's amazing, and I do feel like they're part of the soul tribe. You know, and it's interesting, going back to Ashley real quick, it's like we're the same person. Like, it's weird. It's like she's a mirror of me. And I'm like, I thought only that was possible with he and I. And it's not. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's actually like, you know, you said mirror. Remember, imagine you're in a dressing room and you see in a mirror, and there's a mirror in back of you, and you see multiple mirrors, reflection. That's how it is. You see, the most adequate time, you see another reflection, and then kind of, if you're in the center, then you move and you see a bunch of reflections of yourself. That's how I see soul family coming in. There's an urgency right now, because there's a collective of elevating the consciousness. Nothing. I heard, if I pronounce his name, Braden, he mentioned that something phenomenal that had never happened within humanity in thousands and thousands of years. We're being witnesses of it and partaking of that transformation of something collectively, or bringing them back up. The people who are vibrating uniquely their own frequency, but there's a collective vibrating at the level of collective, at the wholeness that makes us grow, become more aware, you know, and then also comply with our own unique divine obligation. I think that's an important component, because here we're living the experience, but we're not living the experience of any expectation. We're actually, guys, when we connect with soul family, what it does, we step into that, wow, that wisdom that person speaks to me. I can resonate with that person, and being in the presence, then there's that collaboration. Then we're progressing faster. This is what I'm learning. Like us, we talked about this a couple months ago. We're talking about doing the live show. Look, we're doing it now. 3rd episode, guys.
This is what happens, people, when you take action, especially inspired action. Like, it's magical.
That's right. We had a comment. I love the comment. I just want to point out Michael Singaisen. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Effortlessly is the key indicator. It is connected to excitement, which is the main event for what I call soul, language, and connection. Michael, that is epic. I love that. That was just beautiful. It literally aligned with what you both just said of inspired action, because the effortlessly leads to excitement.
Even if you take a baby step, just take a step, and the universal laws will do the rest. Like,
exactly. Yes. You know, is that how I call it? The conscious action through awareness. That the person's in the life attending to you as you're attending to them, and there's an equal exchange of energy beyond even thinking of, oh, why is this person? Because the mind starts thinking, why is this person in my life? Or what's this? We're trying to find a definition, right? And very few usually that's what the mind does.
Right.
There's a surrender to finding an acceptance that I'm here to serve for a greater reason, greater purpose, beyond the intent, beyond the mind. And then there's a conscious action, and then the conscious action propelled me to end up in Pennsylvania. You understand?
Right.
You see, and it serves a greater purpose beyond even, I didn't have an intention or anything, but it just, there's a conscious action. Okay, I can get a ticket consciously without anything. I look at the date and here, and it serves even a greater purpose, guys, beyond my thinking of saying, oh, we're going to have our colleague so she can do that transition to come to Texas with us, be part of Maegical group.
Yeah, talk about inspired action. Like, this girl met me and David off of our Facebook page, Magical Place for Healing, and then started a mentorship program with life coaching with me.
There you go.
and David.
She took off. with her surf.
And like what, 2 months later, she's moving to Texas to work with Maegical. Like,
yeah, it was amazing. It really.
but she started doing, and I can't wait to have her on the show because she started doing all the things that you're supposed to do to reprogram your mind and like the routines.
Meditating.
And like she would have never, I guarantee you, if we could ask her if she would imagine that she would be moving here right now, she would be like, no way.
That's
Exactly.
right. Incredible.
Her life has changed so much.
Yep.
Like that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Part of the acceleration, guys, you know, it's acceleration beyond the, you know, what the mind can conceive or perceive, or in conceptual thinking. The acceleration, that's that flow. That's a flow that, you know, you're with your soul family. Yeah. It's very key. If everything does this flow, something happens, and then another synchronicity. Coincidences don't exist, guys. They only exist in the mind. It's quite limited. Even that thinking that there's something happens is coincidence. No, on the contrary, it's a synchronicity. And then you're in that flow. And what happens when you collectively, then you reconnect. Because remember, this is a reconnection. Yes, it's it's a recalling. You start recalling of an energy that served you for a greater reason, greater purpose. Maybe a past lifetime. We don't have to go into that new age of thinking, but the thing is, the reality, we can see it in our daily lives. Very fulfilling. The key word is fulfilling. You start feeling fulfilled. You're in the presence collectively with other ones. Collaboration. However, sometimes it's subtle collaboration. Sometimes it's intense collaborations. And then from there, you know, something else comes. Somebody has an idea inspired, and then you collectively shared it. And it's transformational. You guys are talking about transformation. Like Ashley, she transformed to something else. You were a catalyst for that inspiration because you took the conscious action for her to, one way or the other. You put it out there. You put it out there that you do this. You see, and then it got her attention. Mm-hmm. And then now she's part of the soul family of acceleration. Yes.
I love the concept of reconnection that you said too. That's such a powerful thing to point out. You know, it's not, we talk about attracting, connecting with your soul family, but it really is reconnecting. It's just like, you know, how people say they've transformed or evolved spiritually, but really what you're doing is you're actually taking off the layers that this world has programmed and conditioned into becoming your most authentic self. It's not really turning into something new as much as it is becoming the real true you. Yes. And the thing that I did want to point out on this is, if anyone's going through this, just know it's so important to have faith in the process, because as you may attract these, or you may, you know, reconnect with your soul family, sometimes existing friends or family may kind of slowly fade away for their highest good and yours. It's not a negative. And originally, because of the way we're all conditioned and programmed in the world. And
it may just be because they don't understand.
Right. Yep. They just might not understand what you're going through, or the concepts that you're really starting to evolve into.
Doesn't
and that's
mean you
okay.
can still love each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can always have that love for each other, but sometimes when that happens, it's for both highest good, just to go whatever way they may be going if that doesn't align with you, and that's okay.
And maybe it's temporary though too, you know. You never know. Maybe it just takes them longer to be open-minded and to understand it.
Absolutely.
You know, one of the questions is coming even to my mind is that, can we reconnect back to a person, a soul family member that has stepped away? Okay, that's a great question. Even I'm being the audience now, asking a question to ourselves, but can it happen? And this is what I feel. There's a time and there's a window of opportunity always to someone to have that opportunity awakened, because it's distributed equally to everyone. There's nobody's exempt for that opportunity. So, you know, even the question is coming into mind, I'm answering it this way that I feel. I think that there is an opportunity, but there is also an open window that seems to be open for a period of time, that the person says, this opportunity is available for me. If for some reason there's a soul experience that they decide not to come back to the soul family for whatever reason, because of their divine obligation with God, creator, God of their heart, I say that there is a sense, not a timeline, human timeline, but there is a spiritual timeline that allows you to come back into, back into the family. Because here, why I would say that, guys, is because look at us. We came back to find our soul, the most appropriate time, most adequate time, when there was a big shift in the world, in humanity.
Awakening.
Yes, the greater awakening, the reset, for humanity to take advantage of the greater awakening, greater experience beyond this strength, and to step into living again, uniting with your soul family, and then advancing aggressively. I tell you this, there's an aggressive energy of growth. That's what it would take years back to meet your soul family. Now it's being compressed. You're meeting the soul family in weeks, months. It doesn't take years anymore, guys.
Right.
Haley said she needed to hear that. We love you, Haley. Haley's been part of our Maegical group for a while.
Hey,
Awesome,
Haley.
Haley.
Glad. And you know what? You heard, if anyone that's listening to this, you're hearing it for a reason. Because I got to tell you, for me, whenever I was going through it, there was a short time period before I reconnected with my soul family where I was like losing friends and certain family and all that, that I was like distressed and distraught and frustrated and low. It didn't make sense to me. And if I had someone to tell me, hey, it's okay, it's part of the process, they're going to be fine, everyone's good, working out for their highest good, and you're about to have these incredible people that you're going to be realigned with, that it all makes sense for your purpose. It would have been
and life is about to be the most fulfilling and magical or magical, whatever you want to call it, it's ever been.
Yes. Key word, Megan, fulfilling. Yes. In all aspects, mind, body, and of course it's going to be fulfilling within the spirit, because it's complying with a reconnection again of not only a person in the form and the body, but a reconnection back to a frequency beyond the association. And that brings up, I think, a little bit of empowering by association, right? Absolutely. When we get to that, David.
That's actually, that's funny. That's literally, of course, that's what I was about to say. But what I was about to say was and this ties right into empowerment by association, what you'll find with this soul family, they challenge you uncomfortably sometimes to be the best version of yourself. Like there's times that, even with Megan, that I'll be like frustrated, but then later on I'll realize, I'll be like, dang, it was actually something that was forcing me to like grow and be better for myself. Even though in the moment I may have been frustrated, later on I'm like, dang, that was for my highest good. Dang it. But that'll happen with your soul family. You got to eat that ego, man. It's tough. But really it'll force you. And that ties into empowerment by association.
Yes, that's very true. And the thing is that we start learning that, if somebody tells us or somebody presents to us within the soul family, if something is said, and it serves for the most highest and holiest of the person and them, it's collectively now, we're talking collectively, we start learning the detachment of because we cannot offend each other, guys. In the soul family, we cannot offend each other. The ego gets offended to something that's still attached to the mind, but soul family cannot offend each other. That is fact, because we're vibrating even beyond. We're able to freely, if something comes up, a situation, we're freely to discuss it and talk about it. You see, so that's it, the empowerment part. We're growing, and then we start learning that we can't get offended. We can't get offended because the mind can't get in the way, because we can't hurt anybody in the soul family. We're actually growing by certain actions. We're going to partake together, and then we're going to say to each other, it's all growth, progression. And another thing also with the empowerment, there's the other perspective, the other side of the coin is this empowerment by association. We talked about this slightly, that also those vibrations of those connected to those people that we start also. This is very important, guys. We're talking now about empowerment by association. I'm going to go a little bit in here and just briefly. People say, well, how can I empower myself by people that I talk and associate? One thing, even remember, where you bring your attention, that's where the energy goes, guys. Even you're texting somebody, and then somebody doesn't serve you for the greatest good, and you serve them equally. What happened? If you still have a thread on your phone or your emails, there's still your energy is leaving back to a person.
You're still tied to that person.
Tied to that person. Key. That's what we're talking about now. We're giving a little bit more profound about what empowerment by association or disempowering by association. You see? So what we do here, remember, energy, anything, and they get attention. Oh, I'm gonna do a drastic example, but true example. Oh, I don't get along with that person. That person is vibrating. Well, why do you have it in your context? Oh, they reached out to me again. Well, and it bothered me and it aggravated me. Well, why? Because you're giving you power over and they're still taking you power.
So this is when
Simple.
you should use the block button, which
Block,
I have no problem
delete.
using.
You know what? I personally do this. And it's not that I have programmed in my mind, but I do it. A spirit tells me oh, it's time to go to the Facebook and go through my contacts. You know, and then I started observing that where my energy is serving someone else, okay, and it's also there's equal receptacle energy coming back, and there's a balance. Wow. You see that, but there's a time of clearing that you gotta delete, like you said, make it delete, block, delete, boom. You see, so you won't give your power energy to that no longer serves you, or you serve it. Remember,
I mean,
because
that's
100%. I mean, I can be on Facebook and I'm so sensitive to people's energies that like I can feel it. And I'm like, I've even blocked someone before I even had a logical reason to. And then something happened after the fact, even though I blocked them, that it confirmed why I blocked them. I mean, this is the perfect segue into protecting your energy.
That's so big. And for anyone listening, you know, understand that you are, and this, just like Megan said, this is tying right into protecting your energy, because that's what you're doing. You have to. I'm still learning this stuff too. And that's such a profound thing, that if you have conversations open, if you have some kind of like dialogue with someone open that is bringing that negative energy or something like that, if you don't actually block it or stop it or whatever,
you're giving it permission.
You're tied to that still.
You still tie consciously or unconsciously, because physically you're still there.
You're giving permission for it to affect you.
You're allowing. It's just like having your front door open without locking.
Like you're asking for it.
Anybody can come in as they choose to. You understand that? You say, I mean, and that's the thing. That's why we're here talking about a little bit more profound what that actually means. Empowerment by association or disempowerment by association. I have learned by personal experience, we can be in the presence and we can tell them, do this and do this, this has helped me. If you choose to do that, if you're allowed to do this particular practice, then you can personalize it. We're here just to share something that worked for us through living experiences, life experiences. It served me. That's what we want to share. We want to shoot. That's what we have the show for. But you can also be in disservice by also not letting go, then go to their own unique growing and experience uniquely their own unique way. We can be a disservice, guys. You understand that? So when you see, it's not deleting them because, oh, I'm not going to talk to that person because that person thinks in this way. No. It's that from the realization that, you know, now this is a moment in time that I feel that there has to be release at my end consciously, so that person can go on also to learn uniquely at whatever they have to unite with maybe another soul family that vibrated in their frequency. Yeah, that's everything's energy, guys. You know, and that's very key.
Everything is energy.
Please take conscious action, guys. I'm going to tell you this. You're going to feel more energetic. Please prove me wrong, guys. When you start blocking people, and not to block them because, oh, they funded me. No. Because you're not serving them as they're serving you. Do it for that reason, whatever beyond the reason of the mind. And you're going to find yourself, guys, at the end of the day, you're going to be more energetic. Please prove me wrong, guys out there. I know by fact.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because your energy is not leaking out to something that you should have left or they left you. You see, energetically, you're gonna see the difference, guys. You're gonna take your power back that you gave away. Okay? You see? And that's how it works. And please use that. I'm taking my power back that I gave to that person that's no longer in my presence. You say it, verbalize it. And then we start using this little simple little thing. As a person comes into mind or somebody speaks to me, well, I have nothing to do with that person.
There you go. That's it.
That person has nothing to do with me.
That's such a powerful way. And it's more important than ever right now to protect your energy. There's, like you mentioned, we're at a point in humanity where there's this very rapid rise in awakening and growth and consciousness. I mean, it's just taken off right now. And there's not really much middle ground. You see a lot of extreme lower vibration negative caught up in hate,
Unstable.
divide, unstable, or you see a lot of high vibration, like loving, that kind of thing. It's like it's not a lot of middle ground right now.
You see people that are like creating beautiful things or living in fear.
Yep, that's it. It's one or the other.
That is fact, guys. There is no middle point anymore. Years back there was, but now it's either or, this or that.
Pick your
Right.
timeline.
Yes.
Pick
We
your
could
timeline.
have a whole episode on timelines.
Well, we should
Yes.
have an episode on timelines.
Oh, absolutely, we will, definitely. One thing also, is that if just last year, okay, we had that opportunity to play around. Okay, I'm gonna give this person a chance and blah blah blah. My energy is still going there. Maybe it serves, maybe it won't. Blah blah blah. But it comes to the point right now. It's either or. You look and reflect yourself without saying, "Oh, that person offended me," because we can't get offended. The only thing that gets offended is the ego aspect of us. That's it. You understand that?
Yep.
Spirit, soul, higher self does not get offended because it's whole and complete, which we are that.
Perfect.
Remember that. Okay. So one thing you see, it's also throughout the day, you do the mini practice when you get up, and then that person comes into mind, and then you see, and then see how you feel. Oh, if that person aggravates you, and the person's not even here, but it's still on your phone, then that's an indicator. That's it. Listen to those signposts. Okay, the spirit getting your attention. That's your higher self telling you, oh, now I gotta disconnect. Oh, you see, and then that person you see that no longer will come into mind because you're disconnected with that energy. And that person can go on as you can go on. You see, just the little things you can do, very practical things, guys. You don't have to just, oh my God, now I got to disconnect. Okay, you will know when. Okay, and the spirit will guide you to know when to do that. But be the awareness. Okay, you can go even through the context, simple little thing, context. Okay, no longer, I feel, not think. I feel no longer. Okay, and then you delete then and there, guys. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Do it for a minute later. Do it then and there. And you're going to see the difference. And I'm going to say, at the end of the day, you're going to go through, you can do that on a day-to-day basis, practice with anything you do in your daily living. That a person says this, that, and then you let it go. You don't give your power over to them anymore. You see? Just thank you very much. Bye. And that's it. You see? Yeah. And
because there's some people that there ain't enough sage for in the world. So it's like you might as well just block, delete, bye.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention with Megan too. That's what a lot of us that are coming into our like spiritual intuitive abilities. One of the things that's happened, I know with Megan, especially as her abilities have just been opening up and flourishing, is highly, highly, highly sensitive to energy. She's completely, so we've went through the ringer.
I've had to ask myself, is this a blessing or a curse on numerous occasions?
Through the ringer of having to protect energy in different ways. So, Megan, if you could just talk on what are some of the things that you do in the morning or evening, or whatever, to protect your energy.
So, the morning time is a great time. I already recommend, meditating, affirmations and writing, setting intention for your day. But it's a great time to sage your space, your entire home. Maybe you want to use incense. Dragon's blood smells amazing. Copal's great. Palo Santo. There's all these things. There's essential oils that are great for that. And, while I'm doing that, though, I'm blessing my home and I'm saying things in affirmations like, I bless this home with love and light. I am safe. I am protected. I call forth all of my power and I claim my power back right now. And I'm powerful and I'm safe. All is well. I am abundance and flow. And so it is, right? And I do that. And it's amazing what it'll do. And at night, I highly recommend it because I've had insomnia, horrible insomnia for most of my life. And through feng shui, which is a different, day, we can talk about that. But through that, along with saging and doing insane mantras, I have helped my insomnia like so much.
Night and day almost.
Yeah, so much. And again, because, and even if I like wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, I'm having nightmares. I'm like, David, will you sage? I just had a horrible nightmare. It felt so real. I can't sleep, or like maybe I've already woken up from a nightmare, gone back to sleep, had that same nightmare again, then I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh, can you please sage?
So I'll get up at
And
like 2 or 3 in the morning and sage the room.
You will.
Yeah.
And then I
Right.
fall back to sleep, like a baby.
Yep.
Sure.
I take a lot of her techniques too, even to the business. Like when I come in the mornings, but before everyone, I'll like sage around, or I'll do some dragon's blood incense because it
Sure.
smells fantastic, and little things like that.
We do it before we do this show. We sage our space.
We've learned some
Absolutely.
cool techniques with Reiki too, but there's just all these different techniques out there you can definitely utilize. What about your? I know I've learned some really cool things from you. I love the recording for the opening and closing. That was great.
Oh yes,
Protection prayers.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. I use that technique that came to me years back. People who are in the metaphysics, spirituality, meditation. A process of working with chakras. I always go there. Those are the vortex energy centers that you work with.
Yep.
Your chakras, the spinning wheels in Sanskrit. But that's where you go there. Yeah,
Your energetic body is a real thing and very important. Everything begins there, and
there. Everything begins there, guys. Okay. Another thing also, and it also attending and being aware of your astral body, because your astral body that's the one that's interacting with the greater source, higher heavens, interacting with your archangels, guys. My personal thing is that attending to your chakras, doing whatever particular meditation that you have. I've been sharing this meditation, with David and Megan concerning how you can clear your chakras. Later on in workshops that we're going to do collectively, guys, we can go into more detail. But look at certain books and see how you can clear those chakras. What happens when you clear your chakras? Okay, you clear all your junk in the trunk. It expands your arc field. It's very important. That arc field becomes your spiritual shield. Okay. You see, and the aura, so you won't have those impressions, whatever impressions that may be, being thought forms, being energetic or dark energies. It won't impact you guys. Okay. What I do also, simple little thing, get up in the morning and tap into the infinite, absolute God source, God of my heart energy. I'm grateful for that energy.
Yes,
Just saying, I am gratitude, living in a state of gratitude and saying gratitude for everything that comes into life, be it comfortable or uncomfortable. I'm grateful for this. You see, so you're actually allowing the flow of that Father, Mother, God, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, flow through you. That's your protection, guys. Just by simply saying that, being aware. I use also the golden light. I'm going to share it to everybody. Golden light coming into the body, saturating. It's just like stepping into the waterfall of golden molten going into the body and saturating front, back, front, side to side. Just simply that. You create a little bubble, a protective energy.
Something that I always do as well is I am visualizing my energetic body being 6 feet above me or all around me, right? Like I'm seeing this golden white beach ball, but I also am allowing myself allowing that light to enter my kind of my physical body, but also to enter my energetic body and to imagine it and visualize it sealing any holes or cracks that are in my energetic field.
That's where, Megan, the golden light is the most highest frequency of God's source. It's just a mental image of that absolute source from God creator, God of your heart, whatever that may mean to you. It fills those voids or those cracks on the arc field, and they're sealed. Once they're sealed, they can never be severed. They can never be broken again. It seals those leaks within the aura. Depending on your life experiences, addictions, what happens, there's tears in the aura, on the arc field, there's tears. How you seal that and protect yourself by allowing that golden light to come in.
And for anyone listening, Megan has an incredible meditation on our YouTube channel, Protected by the Light. I'm actually doing that. I'm actually going to post it in the comments because there's some comments there.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to post that.
And it's an easy meditation that anyone can do themselves.
I'm going to post it because there's a couple comments that I'm going to post.
And it's just amazing at how powerful not only our imagination is visualizing things, but the power of our intention. You know what I mean? Like we are powerful.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely, yes. You know, one thing is that, remember, guys, we are connected infinitely, absolutely, with that God source. There's other beings that decided to step away from that. So who's more powerful? From the absolute. You understand that? You see,
Yep.
so that also, having that conviction, okay? Also, if there you have a sense of fears, okay? Simple little thing, guys. See where that fear come and analyze and be aware for that fear and let that fear go. That's also creates a protection for you, because you're not creating a little loophole for something else to attach to that. So
Yeah.
that's also a protection. How you think, guys. Okay.
How you speak. I can't
How
stress
you
mantras,
speak.
affirmations enough. Flip the script. Like, what is the opposite of fear? Let's say that.
Yep.
Absolutely, yes. And always say also little simple things. That's also your protection. You say, well, that has nothing to do with you. And you declare it, voice it out, guys, please. Not only your mind. This has nothing to do with me. I declare it and I demand it. I am of a higher light. Why
And
not?
you can't write it. Yep.
Yes, you commanded them, because like Megan says, we are powerful beings in this human body. And then voice is very powerful. I have nothing to do with this presence here. You're stepping in the astral and declaring your power. You just simply using, Megan, you hit key, you hit imagination.
Nail on the head.
Yes, that's it. Yes, the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head by you saying imagination. Spirit utilizes our imagination. Absolutely. So visualize yourself. You know, and a lot of people say, what do I can't feel the golden light. I can visualize. It doesn't matter. Your intent is by receiving and accepting and allowing.
Oh, that's a great point, actually.
That is, because in the beginning it was hard for me to use my imagination and visualize. I'm more of a feeler, and it's just like just
Doesn't
know
matter.
it to be true.
Yeah. And what
One
you're
of the
doing
things-
at the same time, you're literally
Yes.
raising your vibration.
Absolutely.
When you raise that, you can actually transmute other vibrations. I've realized that if there's someone lower or negative or something dealing with you, you can actually transfer that, and you can bring their vibration up.
Same with foods.
Yeah.
Same
Absolutely.
with foods.
Yes. You know, plants, I was going to answer funny, because there are certain plants that are sacred that also, I'm going to share with you guys, aloe vera. Okay, that's a sacred
Yeah, I
plant.
have a lot of that.
Yep.
Yes. You know, if you put an aloe vera close.
And they don't die easy. So it's a
They
Yeah,
don't.
there we go.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you this, guys. You know, if there's an energy, be it by mental energy, somebody's projecting or being a hater. It happens. It happens. You know, but this is what happens with the aloe vera. It's a sacred plant, and it's in service to humanity. Put an aloe vera near your front door and your bed, if possible, or your back door. It absorbs the negative energy. Anything that we're not really clear where the energy is coming, that's the plant of protection, guys. Use that. Why not? You say, crystals, guys. You can use
I was
whatever.
about to say stone, black tourmaline, obsidian,
Yes, all those things.
tigers.
Kyanite, I use personally kyanite, sharing with you. They're the audience, and I've shared with David and Megan. Kyanite, that you don't have to activate it, you don't have to clear it, you don't have to wash it, you don't have to put it on a full moon, or you know, to activate it. It's a great protective stone. Use those stones. Okay.
And if people are like, oh, I don't know about stones, it goes back to everything is energy and the power of intention.
And you can go to a local metaphysics store, you know, rock shop. They call some rock shop stones, whatever. It doesn't matter. And whichever stone that calls you, resonates with you. You like the color or something. Oh, I love this color. That's the stone. They're gonna lose.
And the beauty of it is they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Why not?
Not
only can you have them like in your home, in your sacred space, your meditation space, but you can wear them. They're gorgeous. Wear them as jewelry, and you know, have them by your nightstand. Like,
yes, a good mantra, simple little mantra. Everybody knows it. The ohms. The ohms. If you do that before you go to sleep, the ohms. My little boy, 6-year-old Zion, my little boy, before he goes, says, Daddy, ohms, before I go to sleep, please give me say the ohms. That's your protection, because that's the voice. And as, if anything, that's a vibration of the universe. So you tape, that's protection. Okay, so utilize as a person. There's so many tools out there, guys.
Oh yeah, Dr. Wayne Dyer, he had a thing. Remember, it was like the 5 minutes before bedtime.
Yes,
and
that's
it's like
great.
you know, obviously you don't want to open yourself up to anything. You don't want to watch anything fear-based. Definitely don't watch the news at all, but definitely not
Very
go to
good.
bed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Nothing fear-based.
and he's talking about when I go down the rabbit hole.
Goes down the rabbit hole 11 p.m. Oh my gosh.
But that stuff doesn't scare me at all, so it's different.
Right.
But I would never watch a scary movie any time of the day, but definitely not at night. And you just want to focus on like your gratitude and just fill your mind up with good things and say like, I am safe, I am protected.
That will marinate your subconscious mind.
Because you're about to go into a theta state. I mean, it's a great time for affirmations anyway. So say your mantras. And that way you'll sleep better, you're safe and protected, and you'll wake up feeling less anxious.
And I would say the most powerful affirmation that I've actually learned from Megan that's really good if you're ever in a negative state or if you're like trying to protect yourself or you think you're in trouble is all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation with whatever the thing is you're dealing with,
Exactly.
only good will come.
Yes.
I am safe, and so it is.
And so it is. Yeah.
And so it is. Yes. You know, and another add to that there, let it serve me for the most highest and holy that I'm doing this or I'm thinking this. You see, that's also
I do that now before I have my other outside of Maegical, I run a direct sales business, and I use all these techniques in growing that business. Now, before I go out, I do a talk every morning at 11 in front of all of them for about 45 minutes, and I always say, let it be for the highest and most holy now. And I do the protecting stuff I learned from Megan, and all this stuff can be utilized in personal and in business.
Absolutely.
And we're speaking of, because I was not raised to be like this. I was raised more religious, and that's okay. But and this is nothing bad what I'm doing. You know, we all have our own discernment. You know, and I'm doing this because it's been life changing, and it's
so positive. It's been so positive.
Yes.
One of the things, Megan, I was going to talk about. Yeah, I was going to talk about that religion. If you have a faith, your whatever religion it may be, okay, like Bible, okay, use the Psalms. If you Psalms 23, that's okay. Use that. You see,
whatever resonates with you.
Yeah, use that. That there's no certain one thing or the other, guys. Whatever serves you is going to come into your life and it's going to serve you for the most highest only. Remember that. It's not just what we're saying. It's just what you also resonate with. You see? Because Spirit uses what you have here, right? And then it moves the heart to take action to utilize that tool. But one of the things you remember, guys, okay? When there's no tools around you, you can't think. You go back into your heart. Because that's where you connect to God's source. You connect it to everything. The absolute there. They'll go there and utilize them. Then you add on tools. With one thing, yes, you Catholic or religious, yeah, okay, then use that Bible. Why not? Yes, read the Psalms. That's okay.
So is whatever resonates for you.
Whatever resonates that serves you for most highest and holy. Yes, the Oms, if you Buddhist, if you resonate with Buddhism, use that. You see, if you Hindu, use Durga, the protection, the guardian, the deity of protection. You see, there's so many things out there, guys. It'll come to you. It's research. And if you resonate with that, that's an indicator that's utilized for protection. If you say, I don't know
what about intention too, and coming from the place of the heart. Also, something I found, like if someone's affected your energetic field and you're just like feeling off, or if you're like me and you all of a sudden like become them, like literally my energy can shift like that if I'm around someone. It's crazy.
Yes.
But something that's a very powerful tool that we all can do is breath work too.
Oh, breath work. Yeah.
You can utilize breath work to raise your vibrations. And I promise you, if you do breath work, you're going to feel a lot better. It will have evolved more than likely.
We're going to talk more. I think we should include breath work among some of the topics we talk about next in our next show as we're coming on our last few minutes here. But that's a wonderful, wonderful point, because breath work is so
We just did a breath work with his team. I guided them through a breath work, and it was very powerful. It was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, because, there's prana, that life force coming into breath. And then when you bring your attention to that there, Megan, David, what it does, it expands and increases by you bringing your attention to that through certain levels of breath work, be it through inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, or inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. There's so many different, there's so many.
A lot of different ones,
Different
ones. Megan has, she's created her version of this that has been so powerful for so many people.
Healing.
It's helped people heal through trauma healing.
Or you just receive
and now
downloads.
Now she did it for all the employees. It was a beautiful thing. So
another thing that's another thing, guys, that's coming to me, also grounding. You see, that's how you
Oh,
also
yeah.
ground yourself. You walk out, walk out barefooted, grounded. That's a sense of
Or
protection.
imagine roots at your feet. Imagine in
You're
meditation,
grounding
or a
yourself.
rope at your root chakra
Yes.
going to the earth, like
Absolutely,
down.
yes. Yeah, to the center of the core mother earth, how I say center of the core mother earth. And that's also a sense of protection, because you're stepping into that mother earth protection, that the electric magnetic field of mother earth that's sustaining us physically here, guys.
Yep.
Okay, another thing here quickly, they're letting me, they want me, Spirit wants me to share with you guys, is that wherever you're at, find your east point, where east. There's a ley line, and there's an energy, a current of energy of mother earth. If you're in your head, or you're in a situation, just find your east. If you have the time, face east. There is that where that mother earth energy, you step into that current of protection. Okay, and just a simple
Use your
thing.
compass app on your phone. Find out where the east.
You see, and you're going to know the difference. Still simple little currents of energies there's there, and we're sharing this with you. This is tools, guys. Please do an experiment with it. Let us know how it impacted your life. It's important.
Oh, and ladies
Yes.
will love this. Take some pink Himalayan sea salt baths. Cleanse your, aura, your energetic body as well. And
Men can take baths too.
I'm just saying the ladies gonna
We can all
love it.
take
I
baths.
do it
I
all the
wasn't
time.
saying that. I was saying the ladies are gonna love it. That's all.
I tell you this, guys. Megan, it's so funny you say ladies. When I was doing a lot of live events, once after a live event, I'll come home and sit in the tub with my pink Himalaya sea salt
And
in
some
the tub.
essential oils.
Some rubber
Essential
duckies,
oil,
rubber
put a
duckies.
little drops of lavender in there,
Yeah,
and sea
love
salt,
it.
guys. Hey, it is not a girly thing, guys. I tell you, and you.
I
feel
wasn't saying
refreshed.
that. I was just saying the ladies
know,
gonna love it.
Megan. But it is Himalaya sea salt lamps, guys.
Oh, I love
have one.
those.
Yep.
They set the mood too in the
Yep.
room.
Yes.
We have one in like literally every room of our house.
We do.
Yes.
Except for the bathroom.
Simple glass of water
Like,
that you set.
They were.
Yes,
Also.
absolutely simple thing, and nobody can say, oh, those things I can't find them. Simple glass of water in a clear glass, please.
That's
Clear glass.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Put it. Glass water absorbs negative vibrations while you sleep. You put it near your bed. Okay. A lot of people say, I'm going to put water so I can drink water. Please don't do that.
I know. I used to be that person.
No, don't do that.
I know. I don't now.
No, now it absorbs.
Yes.
That's what water is. It receives a conductor, receiving
Right.
negative energy, and then you throw out in the morning.
I
Yeah,
put it in
flush
the
down.
toilet. I throw it down the toilet.
Flush it down the
It's like
toilet, guys.
gone,
Yeah.
gone.
So
Some-
simple little thing. You know
We've
what I
even
do?
put sea salt under our bed before. What about this?
Yes.
We got lemons, and we put little tiny pieces of black tourmaline and sea salt in them. And
There
we
you go.
buried them in the four corners outside of our home. And I was like, oh, I hope my neighbor doesn't come out and ask me what I'm up to. Because that's going to be an
Beautiful.
interesting conversation.
You can put the sea salt also there in the glass of water, so you won't get tempted of, I'm going to drink it. Oh, the sea salt is in there. That enhances it also. Pink Himalaya sea salt, marvelous things. I've been using it for years, guys. We want to share it for you guys.
What about that
use it.
egg thing that you told me about?
Yes,
I had my energy affected not too long ago, and you.
Well, yes, that's going to be category when we're going to talk about how to clear and do clearings
Okay.
on
Oh, I
yourself.
like that. We'll
We'll save
get that
it.
for the
We'll
next
save
we're
it.
on
To
the
be
last,
continued.
last minute here.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
This has been fantastic. Hopefully everyone out there kind of got some good perspectives. As always, if you guys have anything you want to hear about or know about, don't hesitate to shoot me a message, shoot Richard a message, shoot Megan a message. We're here for you. Don't forget, we're going to be, if you missed this or you're just catching the tail end of it, we're going to be publishing it on our YouTube channel.
Mhm.
That's youtube.com/C/Maegical. And we're also in the title of this. Feel free to, you can always book with either myself or Megan at Maegical.com, and Richard, an incredible talented psychic medium, on his website that is also listed right at the top here.
And I want to say something, and this is not just for you, Richard, it's for everyone. It is Maegical.com. So if you guys type in magical.com, you ain't going to find us.
We've had a lot of people say magical, but it's May.
Because my name, Megan.
Maegical.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
continue your path of attracting your soul family. Have faith. Know all is well. keep associated with those that are empowering you, and protect your energy, protect your energy, protect your energy.
Because you are powerful and you
are
have
so
all
powerful.
the tools in your toolbox.
Remember, guys, you always come back into your heart. And thank you very much out there that you are also assisting us to heal the heart.
That's right. We love you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
healing.
Happy healing,
Happy healing.
everyone.